There was a time when the earth groaned under a corruption deeper than violence. Men had become wicked, yes. Blood filled the streets. Pride filled the heart. Violence filled the land. But that alone was not why the heavens opened. If evil deeds were the only issue, God could have judged men one by one. Yet Scripture reveals something far more alarming. All flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. Genesis 6:12. Not some flesh, not only mankind, all flesh. The corruption of Noah's day was not merely moral, it was biological, it was spiritual, it was genetic, and Jesus warned us, as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man. If we would understand our generation, we must first walk through Noah's world. 1. When heaven crossed a forbidden line, Genesis 6 opens not with a war, but with a boundary being crossed. The sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives. The text does not say sons of Seth. It does not say righteous men. It says sons of God, Bene Elohim. In Scripture, this phrase is used to describe heavenly beings, Job 1-6, Job 38-7. Something from the spiritual realm reached into the human realm. This was not ordinary marriage. It was a violation of created order. Heavenly beings took human women, and what was born was not fully one thing or the other. Creation's boundaries had been breached. 2. The Nephilim, the distorted offspring. Genesis records. There were giants, Nephilim, in the earth in those days. These were not merely tall men. They were described as mighty men, men of renown, beings of abnormal strength and influence. The Hebrew word Nephilim carries the idea of fallen ones. The issue was not height. The issue was origin. A hybridization had begun, and corruption did not stop with humanity. Genesis 6:12 says all flesh had corrupted its way. This implies that animals too had been affected. The created order itself had been tampered with. This explains something often overlooked. When God instructed Noah regarding the animals, he preserved specific kinds, those that remained according to their created order. The animals brought into the ark were not corrupted or hybridized. They were preserved in their original design. The ark did not preserve mutation. It preserved purity. 3. A war for the seed. This was not random chaos. This was strategy. In Eden, God had declared, "The seed of the woman shall bruise the serpent's head." Genesis 3:15. Redemption would come through human lineage. The Messiah had to be born fully human. If humanity could be corrupted at its root, if the seed itself could be polluted, then the promise could be disrupted. This was not mere temptation. It was genetic warfare. Satan's aim was not simply to make men sin. It was to make redemption impossible. Then Scripture introduces one man. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations. Genesis 6-9. The word tamim means whole, unblemished, without defect. Noah was righteous in heart. But the text makes something else clear. His generations were intact. His lineage had not been corrupted. His bloodline remained fully human. In a world of mixture, Noah remained unmixed. In a world of hybridization, Noah remained whole. That is why he found grace. 5. Why the flood had to be total. When the flood came, it was not partial. All flesh died, all in whose nostrils was the breath of life. Men, beasts, birds. Why such severity? Because the corruption was systemic. It had spread beyond individual sin into the fabric of flesh itself. The flood was not merely punishment, it was containment. It was a reset of creation. God did not destroy the world because he hated it. He cleansed it because he refused to abandon his redemptive plan. 6. The Ark, a chamber of preservation. The Ark was more than wood and pitch. It was a sanctuary of preservation. Inside it, an uncorrupted human lineage, animals preserved according to their original kinds, not hybrid, not altered, the continuation of God's covenant promise. Outside it, genetic chaos, boundary violations, the collapse of created order. The same waters that judged corruption lifted the Ark to safety. Judgment and preservation moved together. 7. As IT was then, so IT is now. Jesus did not compare the last days to Egypt. He did not compare them to Babylon. He said, Noah, look around our generation. DNA editing, transhumanism, human-machine integration, the redefining of what it means to be human. Once again, humanity experiments with its own design. Different tools. The same ancient question, can we alter what God created? The rebellion is no longer only moral. It is structural. It touches the essence of humanity itself. Final warning and greater hope. The flood did not come because God hated mankind. It came because God would not lose the seed of redemption. And today there is still an ark, not made of wood, but made of grace. Christ is the ark. The invitation remains the same word spoken to Noah, come. But just as in Noah's day, the door did not remain open forever. The question is not whether history will reach a climax. The question is this: are we preserving what God created, or participating in its corruption? If you're inspired by this story and want to hear more like it, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Yomi Inspired, for more uplifting and thought-provoking content. Join me as we dive deeper into the mysteries of the human experience and the divine.